I'm reviewing Abigail. Abigail is the newest vampire horror film from Universal Pictures, and it is in theaters right now. It is directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillette. It stars Melissa Barrera, Dan Stevens, and Catherine Newton. I'm going to keep this review as spoiler-free as possible, so I won't ruin the film for you if you decide to see it. I will only discuss things that are very obvious from the trailer. Abigail is about a group of criminals who join together to capture a seemingly innocent young ballerina named Abigail. Their plan is to hold her for a $50 million ransom. Seems easy enough. Obviously, things don't go as planned when they realize that they're trapped. Abigail is a vampire, and she is hunting them. If you've looked at Rotten Tomatoes at all, you know that Abigail is doing very well, and there's a reason it's doing well. This film is wonderful. It's fabulous. When I saw the trailer, of course, it got me excited to see Abigail because it looks amazing. I love the ballerina aspect. I was a ballerina for a while until puberty, and if you know anything about ballerinas and puberty, that can be very difficult. That's such an awkward conversation when you're like 12. However, watching it, I was concerned that maybe they gave way too much away in the trailer. And thankfully, that's actually not what happened here. Honestly, some of the best moments are not shown in the trailer. I know, that's shocking, right? There's some great moments that are in the trailer. There's far more to the story and a lot more gore and a lot more fun to be had in the actual film. It pretty much gets you right into the action where they're getting Abigail. And honestly, that scene was far better than I anticipated. Like, it had a lot of action and it was quick and it was clever and it introduced you to the characters and to their different roles. After they get Abigail, they take her back to their boss's house, the guy who coordinated this whole thing, who was played by Giancarlo Esposito. Everybody loves him, right? Because he's awesome. Alicia Weir, who plays Abigail, is amazing. She definitely commanded the screen, as you would expect a mighty, powerful vampire would do. She looks like a child and seems like a child, but she didn't feel like a child because basically you're talking about, I don't know how many centuries she's had, but a centuries-old vampire in a children's body. There's one scene in particular where she has a lot of dialogue and she delivered it with such grace, and I loved every second of it. I love Kevin Durand. If you've seen The Strain, then you should recognize him for sure. And he plays this really cute, quirky, lovable muscle guy, and he's very funny. He's got a lot of comedic elements. And also Catherine Newton, who I love because, hello, Lisa Frankenstein. She's fabulous. And she's very funny as well in this. Shockingly, probably one of my favorites is Dan Stevens. If you watch Downton Abbey, which it's not my thing, but I did watch Downton Abbey. Someone recommended it, and then I put it on when I was working, and I literally stopped working so that I could binge this show. It's good, y'all. Anyway, he plays a very interesting criminal. And then, of course, you have Angus Cloud, who unfortunately passed away and was great in his role. And then you have William Catlett, who is kind of an enigma. We don't know as much about his character, which is actually, it's kind of like, what's behind all of that? Will we find out? Maybe. And of course we have Melissa, who is the lead of the film, and she's fabulous. Actually, her character is the most normal of the bunch. Each character has such a different and distinct personality, and they all work or don't work well together perfectly. They're quite a motley crew. So it is actually harder to review films that I just genuinely really like because all I would sit here and do is gush about them. That's what I feel like I'm doing with this film. Like, they did everything with excellence in this film, and that is really rare. The story's great. Somehow they managed to have family drama with just just exactly the right touch of, actually, I could have used more of that family drama and been okay. And that's shocking for me. I really like this take on vampires as well. If you notice from the trailer, you can clearly see that the teeth are amazing. They're shark teeth, I guess. Just a mouthful of angry teeth, and I kind of dig it. One of the things that we kind of find out is how vampirism is transferred, and I loved their take on this. And it makes a lot of sense. And I really enjoyed the difference between someone that would be a thrall and someone that would have their own autonomy. It's very interesting. I like the way that Abigail is portrayed as a vampire herself as well. Not just the fangs and not just the lore, but how she's pretty bloodthirsty. The cinematography here is beautiful. It's gorgeous. They have a lot of amazing moving shots. I mean, the coverage here is pretty epic. I think having it more in a centralized location with such a small cast actually allowed them to really do some amazing things here, because there's a lot of amazing, beautiful gore. I loved all the blood. There was a lot of blood. I mean, this is an R-rated film. It's not a PG-13 film. I mean, I do like my blood baths. Like, I want to be in a film where I'm just bathing in blood. If I had a good editor, I would have like blood coming down on me right now, blood, wow, like covered in it, you know? But I don't have a good editor because the editor is me. It's sad because it's true. Honestly, I'd like this movie just for the gore probably, because it's super bloody. I truly believe that going into any film, your expectations are going to either enhance or diminish your experience. So if you go into this film with super high expectations, I think you'll still probably like it. I do think it's actually that good. But I always think you should go into a film with modest expectations and come out however the film actually was. And that's what I tried to do. This film really did hit all of the right notes with me. What's your favorite vampire film? Do you plan on seeing Abigail? And do you think Nosferatu coming in December will blow this film out of the water? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, I really do hope that you have the most amazing day, my spooky darlings. I want to say a big, huge thank you and send love to my Patreon members: Chris Mizik Tino, Jimmy Horror, Janie McLaren, Jose Reyes, Phil Smith, Jim Kemmerling, and Deal Demon. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and being my spooky darlings. It's very bloody. It's making me thirsty. I don't think that I could do any better myself. In fact, I know I couldn't do any better myself. No. I actually thought about putting on my toe shoes and like recording something, and I was like, y'all, I'm tired. It is like, it's 11 o'clock at night and I'm just home from the theater, so I'm tired, so I should work harder. I should not tell you what I want to do and then not do it. That's like tacky, but not always. Sometimes I'm very happy. So happy. I really enjoyed Nicolas Cage as Dracula in Renfield. Oh my gosh, can you imagine if he had been in this film? I would die. That would have been amazing.